Hi, I'm Jane King here at the New York Stock Exchange filming another episode of New to the Street. Since 2009, we've been spotlighting some of the most exciting companies, those preparing to go public and those already trading. Catch our interviews as sponsored programming on Fox Business and Bloomberg Television, or watch on our fastest growing platform, YouTube, at New to the Street TV. Let's get started.
Synergy is a consumer products company with some well-known brands, and with me is the CEO, Jack Ross, to talk about the company, Synergy. So explain what some of your brands are that are under your umbrella.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Synergy CHC Corp is really a consumer healthcare company that we're building on the public market on the NASDAQ. We have 8 brands under our portfolio today. Our 2 main brands that people will recognize is Focus Factor, been on the market for a long time, has a strong clinical study that supports improvement for memory, concentration, and focus. It's distributed widely at retail, Costco for 14 years, Walmart for 18 years, most grocery stores and drugstores. So a brand that people will recognize with solid science.
Yeah. So let's talk about Focus Factor for a second. I know that there's some testing, some clinical science behind it. Explain that.
Yeah, certainly in the brain health space, it's the number one thing that consumers worry about as they age. So science is very important. And I would encourage consumers to do their research on science, as, not all clinicals are created equal. Our claims come directly from the clinical study, improves memory, concentration, and focus. And the clinical study has been done on all 52 ingredients. So it's synergistically, it knows how all the formula works together.
Okay.
Where some of our competitors, it isn't done that way. It's 1 or 2 ingredients that's been clinically studied, and then they add some more ingredients, but really they don't know how they work together. So science matters, and please do your homework.
Okay. And you explained that you're starting to expand this brand. So explain that new product.
Yeah. So in the last year or so, we've been watching the phenomenon on functional beverages, that's been coming out, the Celsius story, the Poppy stories, those type of things. And then, we're looking at brain health, and we're saying focus and energy for our Focus Factor brand. And we were lucky enough to have long-term relationships with our retailers like Costco. And we asked them if we could do a pilot in their stores in the Texas regions, which we did, and it was very successful. So we're going to be bringing a product to market in a big way later in the third quarter and fourth quarter with our ready-to-drink product, Focus and Energy, under the Focus Factor brand.
Okay. And then what are you seeing, like, in terms of trends and consumers? What kind of things are they buying? What's the impression?
So when you look at, the spaces we're in, vitamins and supplement space, and you sort of look at the, what's really trending, it is brain health. Brain health is growing at about double the rate of vitamins and supplements. So projected CAGR in vitamins and supplements are about 4.9%, where all the latest numbers coming out on brain health are double-digit growth projected in, the bunch of years to come. As well as when we look at our functional beverage that we're ready to roll out, functional beverages and drinkable format have a double-digit growth projection as well.
And you have a lot of weight loss products. How has GLP-1 kind of craze, popularity, how has that impacted you?
So, our Flat Tummy brand, beautiful brand. We acquired that in 2015 out of Perth, Australia. There's a lot of new interest on products that can support post-GLP-1 support after they're done with that. And Flat Tummy has those products.
Just like keeping the weight off, I guess, is
correct.
The focus of those.
Correct.
Okay, so what's in the future then for Synergy?
So Synergy, we went public in October. We've got big expansion plans, not only with the brands domestically and the rollouts of our ready-to-drink products. We're going to be growing internationally with our Costco relationship into, Taiwan, into Australia, into Mexico, those territories. And, we look at that really as our anchor tenants. So, when we're lucky enough to grow with those type of names, then most major retailers follow. So we've got quite a growth curve ahead of us.
Yeah. Okay. Jack, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Is your garden struggling to stay hydrated? Meet Waterless Garden, the organic solution that saves water and boosts your garden's health. Packed with humus materials and trillions of beneficial microbes, Waterless Garden improves soil structure and increases water retention. Use less water, get better results, and watch your garden thrive. Waterless Garden. Less water, more life.
Hello everyone, today we're here with Michael Berg, CFO of Skip Barber Racing. Hi Michael, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here at the New York Exchange. Thank you.
So first of all, can you just give us a brief introduction about yourself, what you do, and also introduction history of Skip Barber?
I'd be happy to. I'm the CFO of Skip Barber Racing School. Incredibly exciting company, world-renowned, famous. Everywhere we go, people recognize us and our talents in our school. I've been here about 2 years, and we've noticed an incredible amount of growth in the last 2 years. So it necessitated not only myself, but other professionals as well to come in and help the company. So we're in a fantastically strong position as a company right now.
So how many campuses do you have across the United States?
So we don't actually own any racetracks. What we do is the race training. We can train anyone to race a car. So back about 50 years ago, when Skip Barber himself, we call him Skip Barber the man.
John Skip Barber, right?
Yes. And when he started the school, he was a tremendously successful race car driver. And many of you out there will know him.
Yeah, I heard about him before.
Right. And so he had a saying that he could teach anyone to race a car. And so he set out to structure a way of training anyone from people like us all the way up to top pros to race in race cars.
Yeah.
That's the basis for who we are today, 50 years later.
So right now, is Skip Barber the largest car racing schools across the United States?
In the world.
In the world.
There's no other racing school that has our logistics, our number of cars, our training sessions. No one. There's no one like us.
You're so proud of your logistics. Can you elaborate on that?
We got 9 tractor trailers that move our cars around to the 8 iconic tracks in our country and beyond, because we sometimes use additional tracks. And we know where those cars are and where those trucks are every minute of every day. And they travel a lot of miles. Cross country, California to Texas, Texas to Virginia, Virginia to California, up to Connecticut, down to Florida. We're logistically brilliant, operationally brilliant.
So I know Skip Barber hold a lot of corporate events, team building events. So with other corporations, can you elaborate on that?
Well,
how should they contact you?
That's a great question. We've just recently been in contact with several groups that create corporate events for corporations, obviously. And we invite them to incorporate our program and our processes into their offerings to their clients. Contact us at skipbarber.com. We'll show you how to do it. Add it to the various different things you're doing now, the fishing trips and everything else. You'll be a hero and we'll be able to participate.
Okay, thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience in Asia?
Come to America and drive with us, or bring us out to help you drive in Asia.
Oh, honey, I forgot to tell you, my parents are coming into town tonight for dinner. I'm thinking steaks.
Luckily, Bob bookmarked Commercialville.tv, the internet's only truly localized zip code-enabled video search engine that helps you find businesses right in your own neighborhood.
By the way, baby, my parents became vegans.
My mom isn't crazy about beards.
Tell me you have something else to wear.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wherever you are, whatever you need, Commercialville.tv's got you covered. We're globally local.
Attention investors. Acurex Pharmaceuticals trades on the NASDAQ ACXP, is leading the fight against antibiotic-resistant infections with next-gen small molecule antibiotics. Targeting the $1.7 billion U.S. market for C. difficile, Acurex is driving innovation in a global health crisis. This is one stock to watch. Is ACXP an opportunity for your portfolio? Find out more at New to the Street.
So with me is John Lai, the CEO of PetVivo, here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange to give us an update. It's great to have you here.
Yeah. It's been a while. A lot of exciting things happening.
Sounds like it. And AI is one thing. Digital Lania is something you're working with. Explain what that's all about.
So it's agentic AI, which is quite different than ChatGPT AI, which currently most people have. So what this app allows you to do is to download it, and it's a free download, but if you want, obviously, premium services, you pay more. So you're able to point the video at your dog, and it will tell you probably 95% accurate what your dog's thinking, what your dog wants, and so on. And then beyond that, so this digital AI, or what we call agentic AI, has multiple apps that will swarm and gather all kinds of information. So it builds and learns on itself. So that's quite unique in the sense. So this app will have the ability to hit the nutritional button, and it'll tell you based on your dog, your weight and age, you should increase exercise by this much. And here are the lists of foods you can buy from your grocery store. But even better than that, when you point it at the dog, it'll tell the person that there's an issue, a gaiting issue, a movement issue with the dog or the cat or the horse. That allows the pet owner to catch problems early before they become big. And they'll reach out to the veterinary doctor. The veterinary doctor's function, their app, will allow them, if the patient or the pet owner loads the video to them through the cloud, they're able to see exactly what's happening live. So because a lot of times you go into the vet clinic, the dog looks perfect, So this way you're able to catch it. Also, it allows the vet to do backup diagnostics, because there's a certain percentage of error that occurs that's a human factor error. So we feel this will help really expand the market for us and the ability to really educate pet owners on how to catch osteoarthritis, lameness, as well as areas of regenerative medicine. So we're able to really get to the customers, give them information related to the products we offer and how it could benefit their dog. And if you look at the macro aspect of what's happening in the pet industry, basically right now on a global basis, the pet market or the pet industry is about $320 billion, projected to go over $500 billion by 2030. And the leading driver of that, actually, believe it or not, is going to be pet AI diagnostics for the doctors. Because one, you're going to have much better diagnostics. You're going to have much cheaper diagnostics because you're able to zone in. Also, you're going to be able to identify certain medications, pharmaceutical as well as other products that will work in certain specific dogs, certain condition. Because they may only work in 5% of the dogs, but you happen to have the dog that fits the 5% criteria. So you're going to really extend the life of the animals. I think you're going to see an extension, of 10 to 15% longer life and better quality of life.
Yeah. Fascinating. Your global distribution as well, where does that stand?
So we announced Mexico about a month ago, and we should be doing training for them here probably in the next 30, 45 days, and product will start going into Mexico. We believe that probably within 6 months, we will have other major continents like Europe, UK, Middle East, as well as Australia. It takes time to go through all but we're feeling good that the progress is there and that the demand is there, because we have a lot of outreach from veterinary doctors that have said, hey, my colleagues across the pond have been saying great results that they're seeing with Spryng and Precise PRP. We would like to know when your product's going to be over here. So that's exciting. Yeah.
And also you are in the 6 largest distributors?
Yeah. So in late December, we really added our distribution. We had Covetrus and MWI, which is like number 1 and 2. Now we have Patterson, Penn Animal, Hen Veterinary Animal, and Midwest Veterinary. So those are like the top 5 in the United States. And we do have some wholesalers too, like Vetco and Clipper. Yeah.
Okay, John, thank you so much for the update. I look forward to hearing more later this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There are over 83 million dogs and 50 million cats in the U.S. Up to 80% of senior cats and dogs can suffer from osteoarthritis. Spryng is helping treat them and is now available in all 50 states and over 800 veterinarian clinics. Learn more at newtothestreet.com. PetVivo, a publicly traded company, ticker symbol PETV. Attention investors. Acurex Pharmaceuticals, trades on the NASDAQ ACXP, is leading the fight against antibiotic-resistant infections with next-gen small molecule antibiotics. Targeting the $1.7 billion U.S. market for C. difficile, Acurex is driving innovation in a global health crisis. This is one stock to watch. Is ACXP an opportunity for your portfolio? Find out more at New to the Street. Hi everyone, welcome to New to the Street. I'm Anna Berry, and joining me today is Dr. Nav Dhaliwal, CEO of IAGON, an innovative platform that's redefining cloud services as we know them, using blockchain technology to deliver secure, decentralized data storage and processing. Nice to see you again, Nav.
Glad to be here, Anna. Thanks for having me again.
All right, we've got some updates. Let's start with this company, a Fortune 50 company that's interested in working with you. Can you give us any details on that?
Yeah, we have exciting news that we have another Fortune 50 working with us as well, and working on more so legal documents and making sure that there's a audit process on these legal documents for litigation papers and things like that. So we have had a lot of organic interest from enterprises, which is great, and we can't wait to share. We can't wait to share the details in terms of the names and with you guys. I think that everyone's really asking for the name, and I think that people are excited. We're also very excited to have these collaborations going on.
And when might you be able to divulge those details?
Well, hopefully, at least by the end of this month, at least one of them, and then we have another coming up hopefully soon after that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I know you have a Cyclone device update. What would that be?
Yeah, we had actually planned for Cyclone delivery back in April. But because of tariffs and other reasons as well, not just because of tariffs, but that has slowed down the production and the shipping, and we had to talk with legal. But now we're back on track. I think there's a little bit better clear guideline on tariffs, a little bit between China and the U.S. As we know, a lot of the parts are made in China. Although we're shipping out of the UAE, I think that it does affect us as well. So I think we're in a better situation now. So we have a little better, clear guidelines. So hopefully we start shipping them near the end of May, start of June, as long as nothing is effective on the tariff side.
Okay, good. Well, the tariffs keep changing left and right, day to day. So we'll keep updating on that as well. Now, last we spoke, it was a lot about the storage network. So what is your recent update with that?
Yeah, I mean, we launched delegated staking. Last we spoke, I think we were about to launch just launched delegated staking, and we've seen a really increase of number of nodes and network expansion in a very short time. So now we have almost 700 nodes in the network across 53 countries. So a lot of interest in delegated staking, and a lot of people interested in joining the network for sure.
Wonderful. Well, all great progress, and in a world where data security has never been more critical, IAGON is ahead of the game. So we appreciate all that you're doing, and we look forward to talking with you again real soon, Nav.
Thank you, Anna. Have a great day.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Attention investors. Acurex Pharmaceuticals, trades on the NASDAQ ACXP, is leading the fight against antibiotic-resistant infections with next-gen small molecule antibiotics. Targeting the $1.7 billion U.S. market for C. difficile, Acurex is driving innovation in a global health crisis. This is one stock to watch. Is ACXP an opportunity for your portfolio? Find out more at New to the Street.
Oh, honey, I forgot to tell you, my parents are coming into town tonight for dinner. I'm thinking steaks.
Luckily, Bob bookmarked Commercialville.tv, the internet's only truly localized zip code-enabled video search engine that helps you find businesses right in your own neighborhood.
By the way, baby, my parents became vegans.
My mom isn't crazy about beards.
Tell me you have something else to wear.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wherever you are, whatever you need, Commercialville.tv's got you covered. We're globally local.
HIT is pushing the boundaries of what is achievable in health insurance. And with me is the Chief Growth Officer, Dustin Planthold, to talk about your role in the company and your background. Let's start with that. Give me your background. What brought you to HIT?
Well, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm a big fan, Jane. You have a great show. For the past 20 years, I've been working with companies, helping them navigate what's, let's be honest, a really complicated space, employee benefits and emerging technology. I joined Health and Tech back in March as the Chief Growth Officer. What grabbed me was pretty simple. Health and Tech is taking on some of the most broken parts of the system, health insurance. And we're coming at it with transparency, emerging technology, your area, and a mission to really make things better for businesses and their people. I saw a shot to be part of something bold, and I decided to jump on board.
So walk me through the company's strategy. How does it work exactly?
So our focus is on making self-funded insurance simple and fast. No paperwork, no headaches, no waiting. We want to give employers instant quotes, make it easy for them to manage their benefits their way. This isn't about selling insurance, Jane. It's about moving employers off the menu and giving them a legit seat at the table. We're not doing it alone. We partnered with some incredible people to make it happen. Folks like Chad Huff at Hilb, David Bailey at Bailey Insurance, a 140-year-old insurance agency, Cindy and Bruce at 90 Degree Benefits, and over 450 other brokers and partners across North America. Our strategy is simple, to help companies improve outcomes, to help them lower the cost of their healthcare. Their only options have been in the past to stay in the traditional fully insured arena. They get rate hikes every time the government passes a new legislative bill. The rates go up when certain communities or cultures or regions start to have certain problems. And we thought that was quite unfair. And that is what Health and Tech was designed for. It was designed to bring the power back to the employer, from the employers of 10 lives to 10,000 lives, giving them the ability to do it a different way.
So, Ed, you have just joined the board of HIT, Health and Tech. Tell me about your background and what drew you to HIT.
So I have been involved for quite some time in investments on a number of different industries, and health tech and insurance has been an area that I've been specifically interested in. The innovation and the interesting new developments that this company is taking is something that really interested me. It's an entrepreneurial endeavor. It's a different game changer, and I think it's going to be something that really introduces something to the market that many entrepreneurs are long awaiting for.
And you have been a former U.S. ambassador to Switzerland and Liechtenstein. So you've got this diplomatic experience. How does that help? What do you bring to the table with that, with HIT?
Well, I think, being an ambassador in Switzerland, there are many, many insurance companies in Switzerland. So I'm very familiar with the insurance industry, very familiar with the competitiveness of it and some of the market changes that are arising in the arena. But also having those diplomatic skills and those relationships around the world, I think it gives me a unique opportunity to give perspective to the board and perspective to the management team to see innovative ways of approaching the company.
Yeah. And Dustin, I know AI is a part of the business, and explain how that works.
So we hear people use that word artificial intelligence or automation, and they believe that they're giving some sort of outcome. We don't promise we're delivering. We're able to do, I like to refer to it as like a bit of a Harry Potter kind of magic. And we're providing bindable quotes, underwritten quotes. in under 10 minutes to employers and to their broker partners. It's fast, it's accurate, and we designed it to scale alongside of the company. So AI is one of the many things that we've been incorporating from the emerging tech space to be able to change the way it had been done in the past, for us to be able to lower the cost for these employers that for many of them, their health insurance program, their employee benefits has been the second biggest line item. And we believe it's time to give them back their power, to power up their health plan.
Now, you were ambassador under President Trump, and he has talked about, in fact, implemented some early big changes in healthcare. How does HIT align with what the president is trying to do?
Well, I think what HIT aligns with is finding ways for entrepreneurs to have access to insurance in an affordable way and produce opportunities for their workers and ensure that it's done efficiently. This is a cutting edge new technology. It's a new market. And I think this is the kind of thing the president, as a businessman, understands extremely well is of value to the U.S. economy as we see increased investment and increased opportunities for entrepreneurs to use these kinds of marketplace options. It's really an option that is extremely productive and attractive for a U.S. industry.
Yeah. Ed and Dustin, thank you so much for coming and sharing your thoughts on HIT.
Thank you. Thank you
so much, Jane.